I wonder what can be in here. I don't know why these unpackaging videos are so good, but I like them, so I'm going to give you one. This is in response to one comment that I got on my HP 440 X79 motherboard and stuff, that the power supply was ramped up, and I asked what to do with it. And there was one commenter on that video that said he would like to see a build from it. So the only way to do it is to go back with another 440, and inside this box that we're cutting the tape on should be exactly that. This come directly from eBay, and you're seeing it just like I am for the first time. So I hope this case is in better condition than the first time around. But right there you go. They packaged it very nicely. So good seller and good packaging on that. In fact, probably some of the nicest packaging I've seen. I got a bag here with a power cord in it. And it's telling you who they are: PCSP servers and parts. Extend your warranty right there by scanning the QR code, so that's pretty nice of them. Got plenty of power cords around this joint, so we don't need none of them. But let's stand this heavy machine up, and hopefully we're upright. We dropped it, so we probably knocked all the dents in it in the world, but I'm just trying to get the packaging off of it so I can show you guys and gals what we got in the box here. I'm going to cut you off, get it out of the box, get the packaging on it, and then I'll show you what we got. All right, we got her unboxed. We're going to pull the handle right here and see what we got inside this case. This case is in way better shape than the one that I had to scrap, and the door came right off. We got a PC. We have a whole server right here. You can see it, and I'm going to get my flashlight so you can see it more. This case is slightly different than mine. I'm hoping the motherboard's the same, but I don't think any of that matters, because I think we can... I think the CPUs and stuff that we need to interchange will interchange. We'll have to test this one, though, to see if the motherboard's good on it. And it says that it was on the listing. So basically, I wanted a case and a power supply. I can tell you that the power supply plugs in the same up at the top there. And I'm sure it's got the same, it does, it's got the same plug-in on the bottom right there as well. So, I don't know. I got that motherboard out. I'm guessing we could kind of look at it and match it up, right? I don't see where that's going to hurt anything. I've got a whole bunch of other stuff going on. So we got our PS2s at the top. 2 regular, 4 USB 3, Ethernet. What do we got on this one? Oh, what did I do with this one? Let me find this one. It's different. These motherboards are definitely different. So we had the P. This one's smaller than mine. They're both out of 440s, but this 440 is a newer version. So you can see we have FireWire underneath our PS2s, and then 4 USB 3s with 2 of those, and then Ethernet, 3 audio ports. This one is not like that, so I know that this motherboard will not fit in this case. But I knew that they made different versions of these, and it's exactly why I ordered one with a motherboard in it. So hopefully this motherboard is good, so we can use it with our bigger 10-core CPU, or 8-core 16-thread faster CPU. We're going to see, because I'm going to throw a hard drive in this, and I'm going to bust it off and see if a hard drive and a graphics card, and we're going to go ahead and bust it off and see if it lights up. But we're just going to check it for light up today, and then we'll further the build later on. I reckon I got a lot of stuff going on, so that's why we're going to do that. But I do want to test it so I can do the feedback on eBay, and I might as well show you if I'm testing it for light up right. So let me get this other computer down, and I'll get this one up there on the bench, and we'll go ahead and throw a graphics card into the hard drive, And we'll see if it lights off. We'll see what it does, one way or the other. It's either going to work or it won't, and we'll find out in a minute. All right, we're set up here with the HP. I think it's a Z440 is the model. I don't know. I did another video on it before, but I've got a hard drive out here for it. I have our R9 270 that come out of our $50 gaming PC, and we're just going to use these parts to test it. It don't mean they're going to stay in it, but they will be put in here for testing purposes only. So I'm going to put you on a time lapse while I get this stuff installed, then I'll zoom this thing around and we're going to see what we got here. Well, bad news here. We're going to have to pause this one again because we don't have the right memory for it. Sadly, this one is way different than our other 440. I didn't think that the HP 440 would change this drastically, but it definitely did. And what I mean by changing this drastically is, as you can see, I got desktop memory in there and everything. Trying this because our DDR3 memory out of our other HP 440, which is upside down, but right here, I had 32 gigs of it that I took out of the other motherboard. And if you look at the motherboard, right, and you look at this board, right, they're very similar, but they're not. This X79 takes DDR4 memory. Yep, DDR4 memory. So I tried two 4 gig sticks that I had, one that I bought from the yard sale, and I tried my two 8 gig sticks out of my little yard sale computer. And I tried a 16 gig stick, and I can't get anything to work. I'm out of DDR4 memory. I'm gonna have to see what this takes. It might be server memory, but I'm not sure yet. So unfortunately, we just got it in, but it's got to go to the side again because we don't have any memory to test it. If I would have known that, I would have just ordered memory for it, with it. But I did not know that, so our 440 project sucks right now because the motherboard can't be interchanged over to this chassis. They're different, and this is obviously a lot newer, so it takes DDR4 memory, which potentially means this system could be much better than the old one we had anyway if we get the right memory for it. So this one's on pause until we get memory now, but I didn't forget about the 440 project, and I'm back on it, and I thought we had everything we needed to get this thing up and going, but we don't. So I'm going to put the memory on order for it, and then I'll get back to this project and be able to test the booting when we get memory. But thanks for tuning in. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe to the channel. I hate to end this video this way. This was going to be a great one on our 440, and I was anxious to see this thing light up and power up and see what we had and what kind of upgrades we could make for cheap to really build us a decent, not just a decent gaming rig, but maybe a streaming rig or a broadcasting rig or something like that. There's something plugged in there. I don't know what it is, but looks like a hard drive, but I can't really tell, honestly. I don't know what it is there, but it's plugged in, and I'm not going to pretend like I do. We'll check it out later. But that's going to be it for the HP 440 on the second go around. To the one commenter on the first video, I am working on it. I just got to look up and see what memory we need for it and go ahead and order some memory for it. So it's probably, it ain't going to be no time for you guys, but it's going to be a week or two for me probably. So once again, like, comment, subscribe to the channel. I'll say it again, like, comment, and subscribe to the channel. I'm going to keep this content coming to you. I don't know how quickly because I've got a lot of content going on and a lot of hours of editing to do. So you'll get the videos as you get them, I guess. But this has been another fun one. I'm really disappointed, to say the least. I really wanted to fire this thing up and see what we had and see what it would do. But we're just going to have to wait on it. We'll get the memory in and we'll go back to it. But like, comment, subscribe to the video. This has been another sensation One of my favorite projects is these HP 440s, so I'm going to be glad to get the memory in, and we'll get it up and going and do some VR testing for you. We'll do some OBS testing, some other testing on it to see how powerful this machine still is in 2025. Thanks for tuning in. We'll catch you on the next one. And here's why. I got the memory finally to see if the HP 440 will work that we got off of eBay. The bad news is my GoPro will not turn on for nothing. So that's why it's good news and bad news. I got to get the side off, so I'm going to pull the door off right there by pulling the handle. And we're going to flip this thing over on its side. And I'm going to try to work on this one-handed, or I'm going to pause you out while I do this, because it's going to take two hands. There's a clip here and a clip there, and my hand's not big enough, so I'm going to try to push them in like this. Yeah, I can't do it that way, so I'm going to pause you guys out, and I'm going to get this out of here where we can get to the memory. We haven't even test fired this yet because we didn't have the right memory. I went ahead and ordered the HP server memory that it takes. So what we're looking at in this bag is 64 gigs of 2133 megahertz DDR4 memory, which should be exactly what that processor requires. So if I'm right, when we put this memory in, and we got a little graphics card to test it, but I'll pull that out and put one of my R9 280s in it. But when I put that in, we should have a working system. So I don't have any kind of holder to put you guys on that phone, so nothing to hold my phone on the tripod or nothing. So I'm going to hold it by hand when I do this and think hopefully we get a good video out of it. I don't know that we will, but here's our sticks of RAM right here. They look just like that, so we're going to see how they orient. And I'm going, I guess I could either go the black or the white slots here on both sides, because I only got 4 sticks, so we're only going to populate 4 of those. And my thought behind this is if it works, because these were cheap enough, then I'll buy another 4 16 gig modules and we'll have 128 gigs of RAM. I'm going to go with the white slots since they're the second and fourth on each one. And typically on the newer systems, that's what we do, as we go 2 and 4. So we'll go into the white slots and we'll test that, and if for some reason it don't work, then we can always switch it around and go into the black slots. And I'll tell you, since I got this little graphics card in here, I think I'm just going to leave it and test for a light up. That's what I think I'm going to do. I don't know what's wrong with my GoPro. I haven't really taken a minute to look at it yet. Yeah, and see, 2 and 4 on this one's going to be the black slots. So I guess that's going to prompt me to go 2 and 4. I don't know, I might be in 1 and 3. I'm going to stay in the white ones. We'll just stay the lane. If it don't work, we'll switch them. That's simple enough. So I'll pop the last one in here. We got to plug the power switch in on this graphics card. Oh, I don't know what just happened here. I know exactly what happened. I'm doing it with one hand. But we're going for a light up. We're not going for a boot here. So I want to make that clear. I got the case facing the wrong way. So I'm going to try to flip it around here so I can get some cables hooked up. I got that little graphics card plugged in. We don't need Ethernet. We need HDMI. Gosh, that cable, look how that fits. It just don't fit worth a crap. If it don't light up, it's probably because of that cable, honestly. But we got the power thing here, and that might take off when I plug it in. I don't have the memory cover back on it, and I'm not worried about it. I am gonna, oh, I blocked the whole camera, see that? The phone recording crap ain't gonna work. And neither is that HDMI cable. I'll catch you guys back on when I get all these plugged in. We did it. It posted right there. We got a post error, but it's because you can see that the memory size changed on it from the last startup, so that's the only error. We're going to hit enter here and see what it does. I got a hard drive in it, so hard drive's got Windows 10 on it. Let's see what it does here. Press escape for startup. Let's do that. Let's go with the escape key and see if we can get in the startup menu. I'm not sure. We're still on my phone. It's only been a couple of minutes, but I see a red light on my GoPro, which means the battery looks like it might be trying to take charge. And look at that, we're booting into Windows 10. Son of a gun, I just put a hard drive in it that had Windows 10 on it, and we're getting devices ready now. We'll make sure everything displays correctly. I'm going to go ahead and plug the internet in for drivers, and I may go ahead and switch our graphics card. Plus this will let me test that the Ethernet works and everything. But look at that, our eBay 440, and I'll tell you exactly what we got for money wise. And I told you I didn't want to put that much money in these old systems, so I didn't put that much money in it, but we still got it. It come with no hard drive, no graphics card, and no memory, but other than that it was complete. Okay, so the processor, motherboard, power supply, all of the case and stuff was here. So we got internet, so the network adapter is not burned up in it and it's working. So let's close that out and let's look at the specs and see what we got for a CPU and stuff in it, because I don't even know. It's at 3.7 gigahertz it looks like, and 64 gigs of RAM showing up right there. So there you go. Probably not activated version of Windows 10 Enterprise 21H2. LTSC is what's on it. And I'm going to say it's not activated because it's on a different motherboard and computer. But we shall check that as well by going to the settings. And we'll go to, I think we got sound on it too for some reason. Oh, what do we want? Updating security, activation. I'm betting that it's not activated. Nope, it's not. You can see it right there. So Windows isn't activated on it, but this is where we're at. I'm going to shut it down so I can swap the graphics cards. We'll at least put something halfway decent in it with a R9 280. I know it's an old school card, but they still work good. And since I got two of them and two slots in there, then we might put both of them in there if there's enough room, but I doubt it. But we'll see. I'm going to go ahead and do that. And that's going to do it for the video. I'm going to go ahead and tell you what I got into it. So without the hard drive, graphics card, and the memory, I paid $101 for this bare bones. It's not really a bare bones, but this HP Z440 off of eBay. I give $101 for it. I paid another $30 for the 64 gigs of memory. So if you do the math on it, I got $133 in it, plus whatever the hard drive and the graphics card that I end up using in it is worth. But I mean, if you think that a used R9 280 is worth $100, then add another 100 to it, right? So we're at $230, and then you add another $30 or $40 hard drive on it. So under $300, and you'll have a solid gaming computer out of one of these. But I'll video it further after I get it done, so we can do further testing. I am likely going to keep this one, depending on how the benchmarks work up against my editing rig. And this might become the editing rig. I don't know yet. And then we'll see how obviously it can perform game and edit on top of that. But I got a lot of testing to do after I put the graphics card in, so I'm going to swap that out next. If my GoPro takes charge, then I'll cut you back on and add a little bit more to the video. But other than that, that's it for the HP Z440 revival. We made it work. You'll see the struggle of getting it here after I got it in and unpacked it. You'll see that struggle, but the important thing is SimStation never give up. We got it working. We don't hear the frustrating beeping, and I'm not so frustrated no more. When it posted and lit up, the smile lit up on my face. It's frustrating when your GoPro don't work when you want to do a video, and then you you know, you get the memory in and you know you ordered the right memory for it, and then it still doesn't want to work right. So all that's frustrating. But we were able to overcome it all, and we got, I'm gonna just stand right here by it. We got our $101 eBay HP Z440 server workstation working. So we got it lit up right now. I'm gonna do a little tidying up on it and charge the GoPro, but if you don't see another video on this, make sure you like, comment, subscribe to the channel. You'll probably see more videos on it, but just not on this video. So like, comment, subscribe to the channel. I appreciate the support. I read all the comments. I respond to them. I thank everybody who tunes in and watches these videos, and I'll catch you on the next Sensation production.